guys, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Oh, it's almost close to 3 o'clock. They were looking at Beehive, and Beehive looks a little dirty. And you can see all the melted snow and the pooling of the water that I've talked about. Let's see. Let's check out the current temperatures at Yellowstone. Well, it's warmed up a little bit. It's currently 21 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to get down to 15 degrees, and then tomorrow's going to be cooler. And then next week it'll be below 0 again. Thursday is going to be -3. I may be on Creative Society within the next couple of weeks. Maybe in a week or so, we're going to do an interview. I talked to Anastasia, and I guess they're going to arrange that sometime. Maybe next weekend. So those of you that follow Creative Society, yeah, you might look forward to that. It is a group of highly skilled scientists, researchers, educational people. And yeah, so they're interested and have been covering what's going on at Yellowstone, just like I have. And I didn't even know about them. And we've come up with the same conclusion about Yellowstone. If and whenever it does have a major eruption, it's going to have global changes upon the earth, probably forcing us into another ice age. Yeah, the earth is heating up. We know that by the increase in earthquakes and volcanic activity. People need to be prepared for these major changes, and I've talked about how it impacts our weather. Yeah, the loss of crops, droughts in one area and flooding in another. I wasn't going to do a report. I was just doing some more research. I just posted a video yesterday about all the volcanoes in the Antarctic. You know, they got a volcano there that has an actual lava pool, just like the volcano at Hawaii, Kilauea. It's got an ongoing lava lake there at the top of one of the volcanoes, and yeah, that's the same case there in Antarctica. I would say Antarctica is a volcanic hotspot. There's probably about 138 or more volcanoes, and they're still discovering more and more of them. But because of the recent activity at Yellowstone today, I thought, all right, I'll do a update, a report. Let's go to Maple Creek and we'll make that larger. Last I checked, they only reported one of the most recent earthquakes, and you can see we got 2 here, and 2 more smaller ones. They are reporting only one, which is this one right here at 1909 Universal Time. None of the following. They are saying that is a magnitude 1.5. 10 earthquakes within the last 24 hours, so that would be considered a swarm. And it's all by the Madison River area. Yeah, I've talked a lot about this area, how this is where, when Yellowstone had its last major eruption, yeah, it started here and did its unzipping, came down to Heart Lake before the 2 resurgent domes collapsed at the same time, and yeah, sent ash, yeah, and cooling of the earth and all that horrible stuff. So that one was 3.1 miles, probably in the upper magma chamber. Let's take a look at its signature right there, and let's make it bigger. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got a mixture of harmonic and volcanic, yeah, earthquakes. That one could be tectonic in the sense where, yeah, the ground's cracking and opening up different faults. Yeah, this area is just riddled with faults because of the pressure of the magma pushing up on the ground. So it's not a 1.5, probably a little bit longer or larger. I should have put it there. So that would be a magnitude 2.33. Yeah, and you remember Hank Hessler, I believe it was, said that when Yellowstone started having magnitude 2s, earthquakes or greater on a regular schedule or upbeat in earthquakes, they would be very concerned. They would be concerned. They don't give a hoot about us. All right, then we got another one. This one's not being reported. That's at 1919 Universal. So that would be at 1:19 Central Daylight Time, which I believe would be 12:19 there. So this one here would have been at 12:09. Let's see how large this is. They look pretty close to being about the same. A little bit larger. That comes in as a magnitude 2.63. The next one at 1926, that would be 1:26 Central Daylight Time. That's a smaller one. And that one comes in as a 1.50. Let me pull this over. And then we got another one that's a little bit larger. Let's see. That would come in probably as a magnitude 1.69. Okay, and did they report these other ones? There was 3 in a row here. At 11:14 Universal. These were also about 3 miles below sea level. All earthquakes are measured from sea level. Let's see. Okay, 11:14. There's 2 here. They only got 2. Let's see. Oh, 3. Okay. So they did the one as a 0.4. Yeah, right. A 0.1 and a 0.5. This is the first one we're looking at. That comes in as a magnitude 1.67. Let me bring it down a little bit. 1.67. And then the next one. Let's go there. And maybe there. I'm going to look at the signature. I'll have to make that bigger. Okay, for the second one. I won't let me make it bigger. Looks like it rattled for a little bit. Okay, 1.14. Okay, and then the next one. Let's see. We'll go there. And probably there. Let's look at its signature. Close enough. That comes in as a magnitude 1.58. Okay, yeah, definitely much larger than what they're reporting. And then we got another one here at 8:34 Universal. They're saying that's a magnitude 0.8. But it comes in as a magnitude 1.67. Yeah, even those there that work at Creative Society have been saying that, yeah, they're downplaying these earthquakes because, well, one, they got a block order. They're not allowed to actually report what's going on there. And they don't want to create a panic. Don't want everyone rushing off to the store and stocking up on food, water, medical supplies, things like that. Let's take a look at the signature. Probably in there. It looks like it's settled down. And that would be a 1.65. It's probably larger. Yeah, the signature actually went. Yeah, let's redo that. Okay. So we'll go there. And let's look at the seismic signature. It went small on me. Because it rattled for a little bit, didn't it? Okay. Let's go right there. Let me pull it over so you can see that it settled down. You can see how it settled down. So actually it's a 2.67. Boy, was I off. You gotta take in that full seismic signature. Let's see, the next one at 3:34. They're saying that's a magnitude 1.2. But it comes in as at least a magnitude 2.02. Another 2. Yeah, I probably should have made it a little bit longer, but. Alright, this one here would have been yesterday at 15:39. And yeah, look at that. This one actually happened what they're calling southern Idaho. Let's take a look where that one was at on Google Earth. One person said they did feel it. Intensity level 2. Let's bring this out. .8. Okay. Close to the one, a 3.7 that they actually upgraded it to a 3.7. That was in 2001, February 27th. Over here is the Sawtooth Fault. Yeah, that's interesting because, let me close this. Yeah. We got the fault zone, which is the Trans-Challis Fault System, which runs all the way up to Canada, slowly moving. So that's interesting. Would have felt like a magnitude 2. Well, a 2 point, what did they say, 2.5? Felt by persons at rest, especially if they're on upper floors. Delicate suspended objects may have been swaying. That person was close to Boise. Let's see, let me bring it in. And Caldwell. More people must have felt it and just dismissed it. You can see it's got a long P wave on here. Let's see. Oops, it went off the line. I'm gonna put it probably right there. Let me go back. Oops, it went off the line here. Okay, so that comes in as a magnitude 2.81. Interesting. There was another one, probably close to the same location. Right there. Okay, at 1845. They didn't even bother to report that one. Reason I say it's probably close to the same location. It's got the, well, not quite as long. Let me close this and go back to this one. Yeah, the P wave looks the same. Okay, so probably close to the same location. There was another quake that it probably caused right afterwards, so I cut it off just before that. Let me show you the spectrogram right there. But it comes in as a magnitude 3.11, so it was actually larger than the first one that they did in fact report. All I can do is shake my head and yeah, what are they getting paid for? When I was talking to Anastasia there at Creative Society, I told her how we've had new dike intrusion that's been showing up on the monitors and how the volcanoes have been screaming. And this is what it was showing when I pulled the files. Yeah, I have never seen earthquakes, magma movement like this until recently. Look at the line of melt. Oh my goodness. Let's go to the next one. And we'll go to the seismic signature. Look at that. You guys that have been following me over the years, you too know you have never seen signatures like this before. And this is just before I pulled the files. Let's extract that and see what we got. Oh my goodness. It's all volcanic tremors. Yeah, volcanic tremors are only about 3 miles. Look at that. 3 miles below, yeah, the surface, I guess. Yeah. This is all brand new. Yep. Yep. I hope people are preparing. Okay, we got more here. Let's do that. Oh my goodness. Yep. You guys, you know, you're worried. The talk at my daughter's work is about this Chinese spy balloon. She says, well, we're not worried. Our airplanes could shoot them down. Well, granted, yeah. Our planes, I don't know about our planes, but our defense system, which is all the parts come from China. I think that's stupid. Has a longer flight to get to here. Shorter time from Russia. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you should be preparing for, other things besides that. Stocking up. You gotta stock up. The only way they're gonna create a new society if there is people that survive the coming disasters. And that needs to be talked about. People have been told and told, but they want to go about their lives thinking everything's A-okay. Nothing's gonna change. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Very concerning. And we got lots marked in red. Yeah, let's just go up over here and take a look where it was marked in red. It's probably, yep, magma coming in. And this is the area that started the unzipping when it had its last major eruption. Yeah, only God really knows when it's gonna happen. Look at that. Yep. Like I said, I was just gonna do some more research today, looking into volcanoes and how these volcanoes in the ocean change the earth currents, the currents of the water, I should say. Trying to do two things at the same time. And yeah, okay, what else we got? Let's go up. Okay, yeah, see, I was looking at this too. These little unusual little wavy lines. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Well, I told her I laugh a lot because what can you do? You can't cry. I am prepared the best I can for disasters, be it nuclear war or volcanic eruptions, tornadoes, things like that. Yeah, you guys know that I am stocked up. I just got in the mail. Let me grab the book. Nuclear War Survival Skills. A lot of people think that you can't survive a nuclear war. Well, you can. The one type of nuclear disaster which would make it harder to survive is long-term power outages where the nuclear power plants go into meltdown. A nuclear bomb has a short blast, short time frame to release the nuclear particles, where a nuclear power plant, if it goes into meltdown, that is a continuous release of nuclear fallout, nuclear materials. So, yeah, this would take out our infrastructure if Yellowstone decided to go off, and you'd have to be very aware of the wind direction. But you can survive a nuclear war. Once a bomb drops, the ash comes down. You got to hide out for 2 weeks or maybe even longer, depending on the wind. And then you can go outside for so many hours or whatever a day. And as the nuclear material breaks down, but it's not impossible to survive a nuclear war. Now, volcanic eruption, yeah, you won't be able to grow the crops. Yeah, global cooling. Yep. I hope people got lots of grow lights to grow their food. Look at that. Yep. Are you taking notice of this? What's going on at Yellowstone? I hope so. All this information, I was telling her too that people don't do their own research. They want to be spoon-fed the information. Yeah, I got the time. I'm retired. I really enjoy what I do. It's my way of life. Yeah, I really enjoy it. So I do take a lot of time in research. But most people don't want to take the time to do it. And this, if they would just look themselves, they would see what's going on there. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to make this short. What are your thoughts? Are you preparing for some kind of world event? I hope so. Yeah, because we want you to survive, and we want your children to survive. And we want to make the world a better place. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your support. Please get prepared. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.